Exhale out is breathing in again and releasing from the heart center, just releasing, letting go. Just meeting the same resistance as the breath. Right? So when you breathe in and you exhale, you put an intention to it, a kavana, you put the intention. So you want to meet the resistance of the breath, which means that there are many different objects that have different resistance and different matters. Heavier matter, more twisted matter, more complex matter. Complex doesn't mean it's complex. Complex means just that I'm twisted in the process and I can't get out of the process. That's complex. So it's a matter. It's not a reality. It's just a matter. It's a reality. Yes, it's a reality. But it's not a reality as in physical and a heavy physical. There's only the structure is in physical matter. Let's see if that's true. Nothing that you're dealing with is with the structure of the setup. Nothing that the struggle is with the structure of the setup. Rather, what we're dealing with is the structure of a resistance and opposition of that, something that can be moved. It's not part of the chak, that it's in heaviest matter possible, like a wall. You can't walk through the wall. The stuff that we're dealing with is the stuff around the wall, and the stuff through the wall. Going through the wall, I'm feeling my connection, my love goes through the wall. Like the wall is not in the way. The brick or sheetrock wall, stone wall is not in the way of me sending out connection, of you connecting, letting go. So the setup, the structure is the structure, and then you have in the wild, in the desert, you have one structure, and in the Amazon you have another green structure. And here in Mitzrayim you have a different structure, which is a chomer levenu structure. So the matter, the problems that you're dealing with, the struggles that we're having, is perceived to be just as heavy as the wall that you can't walk through. So there's two ways to connect. You can connect via wire, being attached, literally being attached as we exist and as we move along, as we go on. Like, so there is the chomer part where the person thinks that he is walking from point A to point B, that is a physical matter. And then there is the next, which is that's in the nefesh. Then you're going into the ruach, which is olam yitzira, which is more of connected through wire, but thinner and thinner wires, more an energy connection. So it's all connected as you move around, leaving traces everywhere. It's all connected from the source. And based on how one asks for his life, that's how that light comes down. We are creating the resistance of how we receive what we receive, of how we're connected. So if I'm, very chomer, then it's going to come through a chomer channel. So in the process of being connected, we a wire that you're connected in a more, it's not physical, but still it's a strong, you're still limited to what you can receive and how you can translate what you're receiving. You're still limited. You're still boxed in because there's limitations. But if you go into the neshama, you're going into the higher part of it, that is wireless, Bluetooth. What does that mean? That means that you don't have to process through a process of sound traveling on a wire under the water, staticky, and takes longer to get there. But in Bluetooth, it's instantly. The minute you think, the minute you activate the heart, or the minute the heart is activated, you think, you apply the kavanah to it, and you go for it, and you change that way, which means that literally like a just like a shade, when you turn you put the shade down, and the sun comes in, and put the shade on, it gets like more dim, dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. So it just literally moves. The way of how you feel moves just like when you're going wireless, you're going from a place of energy, from a place of light, it happens instantly. But we are limited to what level of, from what place of clarity and what place of surrender we're limited as to what's the best image that I have of myself. What does my better life look like? What does the taka look like? I don't know. I had a little foresight, but not enough, because we're still limited to my imagination, because it's something you've never seen, you don't even know it exists. It's not even forget about these Samatzis, it's about Suga Samahis, these Samatzis, you don't even know such a thing exists. The Suga Samahis is something that you're already grasping it, you're having it, you're having dance to it. These Samatzis is you know it exists, but you haven't, I know it exists. It's a level, you know such a thing exists. A lot of work you didn't know exists. And then now you know, and then there's Suga Samahis. So, if only we can have one moment of sending out, of receiving from the place where I can fully forgive myself, and I actually know where I need to be in order to transmit a better day or a better life. If you have 1 minute of that contact, that changes everything, because remember, we're talking about here in oil, we're talking in light, we're talking not a connection through wires that has to run through, it's nothing. It's the minute you think it just changes texture, it changes color, it goes from a heavy matter to a lighter matter, which is it's as heavy as your breath. That's how it changes. Not like this, but it just changes like that. I go from not being down to being happy. From being happy to, feeling fulfilled. And, letting that take off. So how do we get around this? And that is the gulas. This is gulas. This is the Charbon Beis Hamikdash. Now you know the Charbon Beis Hamikdash is nicht kein Steine, was man gemacht geworden ist. It was a place that held a certain vibration in Welt that we were able to very well connect to, which was our connecting to the Udna Kodesh, straight to the Creator on such a high frequency, such a high level that nobody was able to keep up. All the big muscles and all this was, Etzasur was the kings when we were in full connection, untouchable. But then that light went out by the Charbon. So now you don't even know where is your Beis Hamikdash, where is my happiness? I don't even know which place where I need to dial into within me to activate my Beis Hamikdash, to activate my personal Gula. So the answer is that we are in Chodesh El. Before Rosh Hashanah, there becomes that there's gevuras that come in, like every yontif there's gevuras, because it's moving, it's shifting. It's the energy it's moving, so everything is moving. Because we're just energy. You're not like the weather outside and this, that, and that. Everything, we're all part of it. It's all one movement. One complements the other, and then ultimately it complements the thing that the purpose is for, which is a nivra, a creature. Of a shafinish.
What's the idea of self-forgiveness? What do you say self-forgiveness?
I said self-forgiveness?
Yeah.
I know I heard myself, yes, I know I said self-forgiveness, but this is way bigger. Before I thought what self-forgiveness is, this is way bigger than self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness is I'm still dealing in Olam Asiyah, I'm still, moving the machine. I'm still in the heavy metals. Yes, again, now I'm working it, but I'm still in moving the heavy stuff that's been holding me, the past, because that's what I am. I'm that energy. So, but when you go into a matzah that we're being prepared for, we're going into a place of all the light is being removed, sucked out. it's already, the process has already started, because we're at the end of the energy that was designed, aligned, and allocated specifically down to the second for this year. So we're getting to the bottom of the battle. But technically speaking, there could have been enough energy to hold us till Rosh Hashanah, right? If it was calculated exactly, so calculate that it should be in a good flow until Megatan Adonai. Why the squeeze? Because in the squeeze is a preparation for the new birth. You have to go through that painful process in your brain and your motion and in your emotions, so you can give birth now to something. In order to give birth to something, when you learn something once, before you chazer it, you want to first forget about it. Because if you re-chazer again, you're not going to find the chiddush yet in there. I'm talking about you should chazer again, but you're going to find the chiddush after you left it, and then you come back to it again. That's when there's a chiddush there. Because it's the same. It's just opening. It's removing the black matter. It's just removing it, and you're having a flash. You're having a moment when you're learning the Odysseus, and then you do that again. And there's a chiddush. It's taking you back, and every time it takes you back to your center, you go to a deeper place. A deeper place. That's the chiddush. It's a zeldovar, but it's a deeper. You go to a deeper place within you, and you're getting closer to your yichidut, closer to your nefesh, closer to your truth. And your truth is Eibishter, Creator. So the right is to go into a place of, so that's what we're experiencing right now. Before Rosh Hashanah, there is the wave. It's in the process. It's getting restricted. It gets a little tougher, and then Rosh Hashanah is a time that we don't ask for anything. We just ask we go into existence. We go to the core. You're giving birth to your essence. Where that thing is, whatever comes after is only after this thing. Whatever problems, whatever shofar, whatever you need to deal with and learn and understand, comes after, from this thing. That's where it comes from. So you need to connect to that thing, the essence. You need to connect to your essence. And that is that's the power where you're going into such a vibration where you're meeting your breath, you're meeting that level of subtlety.
Kor is Chaim?
What's that?
What's the Kor? So Chaim is the Kor?
What you're saying is very good, is in the Mayach. Remember me to life. That's still a moichendige relationship, which means that we're not in the body yet. It's still in Yidis Hamatzias. I know it exists, I'm flirting with it, and I'm having a relationship from my head, which is that my life can be completely chaotic, but I'm having a relationship, I'm in a relationship with my Creator, I'm in Dvaikus, and I'm in spiritual mode and all that, and I'm still in my head, and down here it still burns. Because I'm remembering, I'm remembering to life, and the part of you that remembers is in relationship on your search and on your journey, on the level of frequency of the journey that you are is based on the Zevchayin L'chaim. So you think that you are never tziklapt and is dead, but really you're chasing your tail because you are in Zevchayin L'chaim. You're being remembered, and you're remembering, you're opening up, and you're remembering who you are, but it's in your head. It's still moichem the katna, still fa'urend. Rosh Hashanah is the roots, and we're connecting to the roots, and we're waking up the roots, and the will, the desire, it's to reactivate the roots and to be nachal mamlech of the world. The roots is the keser, is the crown, and the roots is in the solar plexus. It's in your gut. It's in your teferes. That's where you want to feel Zechayim L'chaim, to be in that relationship. That's where you want to be Zechayim L'chaim. But going back to, so you're talking about radical forgiveness is like heavy. You're past that. You can go back there after Elul, like in Chamar Cheshmer, you can go back into radical forgiveness, which is fine. That's the way. we're not always in Sukkot, but now as we're going into Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and Sukkot, is going into to remembering, to the getting into your will, bringing your visions, your zachrayni, your relationship in your journey, your relationship in your and whatever it is that you're after, bringing it into the body, bringing it into my being. And you're going to say, what? How is that? What do you mean? It's a big words, but how do I get it? So much to learn. How do I get into my body? You know what it means? Like once you're in the body, that means that your life is not the same. You're in a different. You went from Asiya to Yitzira. Because you're in the vibration, you're in the midas, you're in Yitzira, in the Ruach, you're in the spirit. You're moving with your spirit, you're moving with your nefesh, and then your Ruach, and then hopefully your neshama. Yeah, but remember, you have Chai Yechida even in nefesh. There's Chai Yechida even in nefesh, even on the lowest level that you are, you still have that connect. You can go nefesh, Ruach, neshama, Chai Yechida, which is absolute. Wow, so you follow what I'm saying? Because this is what the Alter Rebbe is mechadish. You understand the question? You understand the problem over here? Because at the Zug Smir, as ik halt nog jetzt bij mijn nefesh, wat af mijn riech, en ik moet in mijn kap, ik halt schon bij Yechide, and you tell me that, so what, in other words, what hope do I have? How long is it going to take to connect? What that means is like we're talking about that plays out even in your job, even in your relationship. It's all that's how it plays out. It's not just that I don't have parnusa.
So what is the 0.0 in every situation you are, or every level?
1 second. We're all struggling in the parnusa, left meer geld, and the relationships, and this is all because we are still in nefesh. We're still in the low level, because the more in connection I am, the higher the frequency. The higher the frequency, I'm more in echad. I'm more in echad. I'm less in conflict, less in separation, because all the arguments that we have is because we are in separation. We're in gevuras. Gevuras is tzimtzum. Tzimtzum is that from a fist they turn into 5 fingers. Now I see the world through 5 fingers. So when I see the world through 5 fingers, there's another 5 fingers going to be showing up, and now you're playing with the deck of 10, and now you're struggling. You can't. Because you're in separation. The more I go into my self-love, the more I go into my roots, going in more to oneness. So now you're entering another space. You're entering a space of going into Yitzira, let's say. But even when you're in the nefesh, we're in the lowest level. There is a nefesh shebanefesh. There is a neshama shebanefesh. The ruch shebanefesh. There is the neshama chai shebanefesh. Yichida shebanefesh. That means I can be fixing my plumbing, and I can be in a moment of Yechida. It's right there, because everything is connected to everything. It keeps going. It raises from having small things. And when my body was small, I had small ideas of what I wanted to make me happy, and now they are bigger. But even the smaller, that kid, when he gets what he wants, he's in Yechida. He's fully, when he has what he wants, when he becomes the das, he's in Yechida. Whatever it is, your schwitz, your money, your wine, whatever it is, you're in that moment when you are okay with yourself, when you're at peace in yourself, you're experiencing a moment of presence. It's just connected. Wussy gets better, twice and just connected. I'm feeling connected. That's where you want to enter with this, rather than going into the radical forgiveness, because we're in Chodesh El. It's a whole different game. Chodesh El, you have. We're not receiving through pipes. We're not receiving through tzinoris. Everything is filled with the presence of Hashem. Yitkei vuvkei. Everything is filled. All the air that you breathe, if you can, the energy, your body, everything is being toivelt in a mikveh of Yitkei vuvkei, which is the whole year. The whole year. It's not like that. The whole year I have struggles to be okay with myself. There's something inside me that's not allowing me. There's conflict and then there's always a struggle, or when there isn't, there's a struggle, different struggles. That is because we're receiving from these rusty, heavy pipes, rusty with my emotions, with my judgments, with all the other stuff, and the real pain. Right? Chodesh Elul, we're bypassing that whole thing, because remember, even in your nefesh, you're going into your yichida. Even when you're in the lowest place, you're still connected to the highest. What does that mean? Not to just say big words, but it's not true. It is true. But when you're in a smaller place, what takes you into oneness is a small object. It's a falafel. And then it's my car, then it's my clothes. But wherever you are entering, you have to remember that you're having your moment that you're connected. That's your moment of yichida. And then you expand from that. Now my oneness is something. I need to learn something. I need to stimulate my brain to be in yichida. And then it's different, more high vibrational food, high vibrational talk. You're noticing that talk pulls you down. It stabs you. It takes you into separation. Because as you're talking low vibration, you're dropping in vibration, and now you're going back into pipe world, and it's static. Static means that you're receiving it through all types of noise, more shame and judgments and fears and anxiety, and stamas in lost. Autopilot. My brain is plugged into a vacuum of just noise. So Chodesh Elul. So that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're going into Chofar Elul, which is going to be Bris Olam. That's when the world was created, which means that there is always a yichud between the father and the mother, Abra Imma. There's always a yichud. Yichud Tadiru is always a yichud that keeps rebirthing the world. It gives the energy for everything, the sun and everything under the planets and everything. But then there is another yichud, Zivik Sheni, which is to feed the neshama, to bring life into this world, to bring the light into this world, you need energy to be present. It takes a lot of energy not to be pulled in by my judgments. They're powerful. They come up like this, snake, do it like this, I feel anger now, I feel victim, and I'm just, all types of judgments. It's all the energy. It sends out signals, it comes and starts pulling you and hijacking your brain and your being. And then you say something, so you activate it, and then you think it, you're giving it neshama, Baruch Hashem. And then you feel it, you own it, you give it power, and it becomes a full beast. That's the Nefesh Bahamas. By suffocating it, by going into silence with it, that's where you enter in the other side. The Chodesh Elul is, if you try not to forget about davening more and being more earnest or being more disconnected, try to take your struggles and whatever you feel blocked and literally change your... Wow, what a surprise. Okay. So, no, Michael. That's all right. So the Vart is where the work is real. This is Rosh Hashanah. This is Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah and Uman in your Uman over here will be you're presenting from there. Will be connecting here. It's all. It's a time to get really present. It's a lot of work. Forget about nicht einer, nicht zwei. I'm angecheckt, privat and in public, that this year he checked him with it just that he feels disconnected. He feels much the daven and it's gonish. The kimt is the aguda, the yuvan and the aguda.
Disconnected with the kid,
right. It's a frasket. It's a frasket. Not frasket is good. You should not level up. It is disconnected. Frasket means that I feel pain that I should have in a relationship with that person. I feel gonish. It's time to problem. So the Vart is because the work is real. This is the avodah is, it's in the body. This is bringing it into the ruach, bringing it into the spirit, bringing the neshama into the spirit, the ruach shel Mashiach. And that is by processing your emotions, feeling your resistance to be happy, the simcha, or repetitiveness and whatever it is that you're going through. Whatever the story that you're going through is just a repetitive story, just the repetitiveness. She speelt zich über dezelfde zaak. She speelt zich über dezelfde zaak. It's not like that this is a more serious story than the other story. It's the same ungebluzene zaak. You have this story of that story. But 1 second. Ja, was ik zo? Wat was was? Ja. Goed, nog blijf doen. Yeah, we started off breathing, the middle of the breathing. Opening up the heart. So Rosh Hashanah is, listen carefully. Listen carefully. You have to enter the space of your breath. You have to enter the space of the breath. That's the key of Shofar. Who's the Shofar? It's the breath. It's the Neshima. So wherever you are in Nefesh, in Asiya, in Nefesh, you're in the lowest, most physical, chomerdige place that you can ever imagine. Remember something very important, Zechoy, that the reason you are experiencing this difficulty and this confusion and the fears is because you are waking up. When you're sleeping, then nothing hurts. I'm sleeping. I'm in a dermit and I can't see straight. So if you're feeling because you're waking up. You're experiencing. You're disconnected. You were disconnected last year also, even more than this year. This year you know you're disconnected, which means that you're remembering. You're waking up to something. You're already asking the question. I'm disconnected. That means that you're starting to remember. I'm not feeling anything. Feeling. Who told you need to feel? Who's not feeling? Who says there's such thing as a feeling? Because you're remembering. Your body is snapping, it's shaking, it's waking up, it wants something, it doesn't know, doesn't have the language for it, because like little babies still living with the forgiveness and the pain and all that. So Rosh Hashanah, going into the will. So that's the work. The work is to start gliding. The roots and that key is Shofar, blowing the Shofar. It's also communicating to a place that's beyond words. It's coming straight out from the gut. I mean, actually, it comes from the heart. Alter Rebbe talks about it. There's the hevel and the lev. There's the fire. There's the kol, and then there's the hevel that drives the voice. So the Shofar comes from. Even if it says the Bashem Tov, even if the letter A, it's already limited to the flow from. There's already one lock. It's A. It's not Abba, which is 2 steps, and my voice coming from the purest place and being interrupted by an expression. The A is one. It's one A, but it's still not. Comes from the hevel, the necker from the lev, and it communicates. It means that there is zero interruption with the translation of V'sich Mayim, V'sich HaGemayim, Kamayim Lapunim. We're going into a simple, straight voice coming from the heart. No interruption. That makes contact. Beep, 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 and then the shefa starts pouring. And sometimes pours too much, but the shefa comes down. Where the shefa should go is up to us. Where the shefa goes, you decide. It's the way you align yourself. You're making contact with that shefa, and you are judged right then. Beskira achas. The ganze, this whole yamadin, the whole spiel is one flash. What does it mean one flash? How does one flash? How can you flash billions of things? I mean, humans on the Rosh Hashanah. But the trees and the other stuff also get a flash. It's just his famach. But they're judged too. Tu b'shvat, they get the flash where they open it up. Then they see the ksiva. That's how they see what's matungishim. Just like I guess by us, when you see it every 3 months in the year. You see where was matungishim. because we're living it. Some people could. Or if you're in the process, then you don't have to think that way. Listen, but only shit. The train is really fast. So, Skira Achas means that it's a light. The Creator, I got judgment. You know what it means? The fear is not that he's going to kill anybody. Nothing dies. Only the problems die. The fear is that the light is so intense that sometimes throughout the year you may go through a difficulty and you're like, why am I going through? What's the point? Why is this necessary? Why can't I just figure this out? Why can't it just be Hashem? Why? Because there is so much light, so much bracha that's coming down, but you're not aligned, so therefore you're blocking it.
Missing.
You're resisting it, and it's too intense. You don't have the kailum for it, and you close up, and you're locked up in your own shefa. Why? Because we were judged. You were judged in Rosh Hashanah, and it's got cup angeboten, and you got hit. It's just one flesh. That's it. The ganze creation is gesentenced. It's a degree, it's a temperature. Let's say a most intense light. I can't even put words to it, but it's intense. Well, it is the most intense. It's not like endless because it's kimt up and well. It's limiting itself. I mean, it goes into it talks to us. It communicates with us on our level. Not to remove. Then he's right here. Ich verstehe. It's pintlich what the matzav is. Now I see, I feel, I'm with you. Understand, don't get it wrong, it's always with us. It's always with us, but the space of moichin, the space of the will of vischachas, the space of reigniting and re-malchusing my roots of the Welt, that happens in Rosh Hashanah because he comes in, Yoshev HaKisei comes down in the Welt daran, in the Verstand. He understands your shortcomings. You understand your shortcoming because you're just shortcoming. I don't have the ability. I don't even know. I can't reach higher. I don't even know where higher is. I go back, forward. So from Yena Platz wirst du gejudged. You got sentenced. And that's pretty scary. Why is it scary? It's like preparing for a marathon. That's scary. Not scary as in like, scary, I'm crumbling. Scary as in like, I got to prepare. This is the workout coming. I got to be fully aligned, which means that I have 30 days and now we have 10 days to remember that you can activate anything you want. There's massive mercy out there. The job is to feeling when you're feeling that the pull down or the anger or the shortcoming, just say no and feel push back.
To figure out your roots?
What?
To figure out your roots?
Of course, that's your roots, because when the resistance comes, it's there because your roots is being blocked.
So if you show up to Rosh Hashanah with your roots and figured out, or that's...
You show up being fully grateful for who you are, for what you have, what you represent, even if you don't know what that means. I'm just grateful for who I am and for what I represent. You don't need to just say those words. And then the mind will start asking, maybe, who am I? What is so special? Who am I? But Rosh Hashanah, you don't want to figure that out. You just want to say that I'm grateful for who I am. Just being very, and it's work. Because we got carried away. Should ask for money, ask for kinder. So there's so many important things that I need. Like we have a khun. Let me just first let me just furnish the house, the move in, and then we'll go to the real stuff. Just give me this, you give me this. Because we're lost and we're afraid.
So if you take a step back,
your roots.
But
if you exactly, you just want to connect to your desire to will that I want and I'm receiving, and I am something grateful for who I am. And noch Rosh Hashanah, then you start opening it up. The year, that's what you're processing throughout the year. But not to think for 1 second, not to be fooled and be pulled in to this mindset that if you're struggling, then you're being beaten. If you're struggling, it's because you are being woken up. That's why you're struggling. Because when you sleep, I always laugh when it's funny. Because it's true, when you sleep, you're not struggling. Some struggling to sleep too. Okay, fine. It's a tea for the story. I think we should open a window.
Skira achas means the chapter.
What's that?
Say it again. It's new window. Skira achas means.
Skirachas.
I have a picture for you. Does it say cheese?
Yes. I have the picture. Well, is putting I can sick us down the road and we go even closer to it. Like that's when it's like punim. But then you come in with your sacrifices, what you did, and that's how you go up the levels based on the sacrifices that you did. So the skira achas is that it's a code. It's a code, a level of presence that comes down. He shows himself in all of the shumash time that everybody stands to be judged, and you get a flesh, not based on Widerstein. It's already by design, the weiss of Widerstein. You end up where you need to be judged, because you don't want to get burned. Sometimes I'm chitzik, okay, so then you're dealing. Yeah. So, the skira achas then, so there's the tzaddikim when, this is the dinakashia, this is the erste tuk from Yisrael. That's the heavy mishpit, because it's, you're dealing with your stuff. Throughout the year, you will be dealing with stuff. Then, each and every one of us has that level of his tzaddik that he's dealing with. The second night is when the Bezdin Shel Ma'ala, they sit down and they now work the judgment. They make it more applicable for you. You get judged again by them. They make it more applicable, right? So you have this flash, and now you got skira achas. You got hit in the head. You're not sure what's going on. Shushurim is fachulim shluf, right? I don't know. It's a real thing. Shushurim, you can't shout no enough. The minute the vanaf komt, is the oog via feigel. But der ganzen Tag, maar raast, wat is een joke. Kannst du een rap even alles uit, maar gewoon niet. De ogen zien er So that's the mitzvah. That's called the Nasira, which is. No, I want to go back to what I was saying. I want to get to the Nasira. Skira achas. So the skira achas is to be seen with one flash, and then the second. So now this is the first night. The second night, the tzaddikim, the Bezdin Shel Ma'ala, they do the judgments again. And then you wait till Yom Kippur. Then you get stamped. How you show up, stamp. Now this is yours. You got the chasima. And then Shana Rabbi, you get stamped again. The Kritel, that's the final stamp. That's the first stamp. And then Shana Rabbi, the second stamp. Now it's been cemented. Or you're more free. Depends how you got stamped, how you showed up. So if we are in Zimmer Arayim Zelazeh, and we're all connected, so your agitation is my agitation, right? And it means that if I'm agitated, then I have to have compassion for you and tell you, listen, that you're agitated. Just put the phone down, right? Instead of being stuck in your fingers and being distracted like a magician. Like here, you're distracted, and there's, discomfort. And then the head starts buying into that. So these are all signals. It's a signal that I'm agitated about something. Or not, I'm not present of something. So then even a bigger opportunity to become present, to be mindful, to feel each finger is connected to a planet. Communicates with the planet. Venus, Mars. So you have the high Chasudim, the high Gevidas, everything is moving. So becoming present. With the power of the fingers. What are you feeling coming out of your fingers? Clap your hands. Stop, and open your hands and just pay attention to your hands. Feel the burn. Feel the burn, follow it, stay with it. Right? Feeling that? Okay. So that's the energy coming out of the hands. And you're controlling it with your mind. So if you touch something with the fingers, they're opening up the lock. I remember the number for the Shabbos lock. Or I can't tell you the number. Most of us just open the lock by memory, finger memory. It's a muscle movement, it's an understanding. So, being present with that. So, Skira Acha is the one flash, and that is the Yom Adin. That is the Yom Adin. Now, if you can find Zechisim, you can find Zechisim on yourself. Now, Zechisim, I'm not talking about, if you want, if not Shviana Zechisim, before was Gedaven, before was Gelin, Fidena Zechisim is a different school. This is not, that's therapy. Here it's energy. So, of course we need that, but that's a different story. So, finding Zechisim means that I can find self-love within me. And another way to do this is by judging others positively. Where was I today? That I saw something that I was going to judge, and I said, I remember now. I said, I'm not even gonna, I totally understand where that's coming from. So something, and then I'm like, I'm not even, it has nothing to do, it's not my business. So, by finding a zchus, finding a Mr. Dalnikov's chis, that's the only way you can have a good eye on somebody else. Mr. Dalnikov's chis. I have to have it within me. Flaf is feeling me. As ik feel good for Yanim, feel it in me. You know? Okay, so I have to be down myself with chis. So if you can find a lot of zechusim on yourself, where you just start feeling good about yourself, then you're showing up to the Yom Adin that way. So when the skira comes, you're being flashed from that place. Because how you show up is how you get flashed. You're still going to end up in the same place, but at least starts from a step higher. You know, so you have less to deal with throughout the year, less of a struggle. How is everybody feeling? Mal mit? Does it make sense? Stimmt? Right? It has to make sense because it's there's math, there's numbers, then there's talk. You're still calculating. It has to make sense. Okay. So, if you're sitting here and you're understanding, that means that you're calculating. That means that it's making sense. So I'm asking if it's making sense. Because
it's
so see what mazuk to make sense. And if it makes sense, then I know it makes sense. Of course it makes sense. I know it makes sense because I'm saying it makes sense. So, but become mindful that it's making sense. And if you become mindful and you're not just zachrein, I'm like in my head forget that concept, but I'm actually agreeing, and it equals whatever he's saying. It's not just his emes adinish. What does it equals to? On every level, whatever you can apply it. You know, the emes. It's your truth that you need to find with it. So if you find more zechisim, then you get a sentence. You're down from that place. Sure.
Love of is chisim.
Yeah.
Your argument is chis.
One chis.
Kav's chis is a space.
If you find one chis in yourself, you're already going to be, everything is going to be processed from that chis. So you're already giving everybody.
Chis, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So we need them in other mitzvahs is different. Just you and this chis now. You accept it. Your life.
Yeah. Any questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
She asked a question about, let's say, I don't know if I'm being out. It's Mamal or the soil. Yeah, she asked a question of Mamal on this level, how on this floor, I'm thirsty. So you bring them up to the second floor. You know, you're making it like this. This floor is everything. You know, ask the question. Answers to be in this level. Like, yeah, when you go back to the first.
What's my this level? What's my this level? What's my the other level? Let's keep it keep it short and sweet so we can go, because
somebody asked a question. You could answer it, or you could put it up on the.
Talking about the Matmasur Tzvucha?
Yeah, about the Matmasur Tzvucha.
so what does Matmasur Tzvucha look like? I can't tell you. What
Matmasur Tzvucha is his question.
What's question? His question?
His pain?
So Matmasur Tzvucha is in Chomer Levana. That's a it's a reality, but
So
it's not the only reality.
So you bring him up to hide this, yeah?
Yes.
So I want to ask you a question, like if it's an answer in not bring up in this stage, this level, the answer. Like if somebody, let's say somebody tests you, bring them up on the other floor. There is water. No, but this floor is this light in this room, and
So I'm not sure. So if I see this blom, you want to stay in the pain. That's what you're
no,
expecting.
no.
One second.
No,
listen.
No.
I got you. I heard your question.
No.
Listen. I don't know if it's because you want to stay there because you're enjoying it, which is good. You find your yechida in that place, in the nefesh, in the depth of the
But
nefesh.
enjoying the pain.
Could be. I'm not knocking it. It's a real thing. Wait a minute. People pay to have pain.
Okay.
It's a real thing. It's the biggest business. So
Now the problem is,
listen.
joy,
Stop.
when I want to
Stop
to enjoy,
Stop. Breathe. Breathe. So either that, or you want to raise the vibration. You want to go into a higher place. Now you're saying like, yeah, but so really what you're saying is like, ich gave the zugs, but how do I apply it into my struggle, into my real struggle? How do I apply it? So I'm telling you that you don't need to figure out your real struggle or your struggle. You just need to raise your way of living.
Got it.
So your struggle will automatically move on.
Heute Chazon kannst du zeigen zu deinem workshop.
Yes, very good.
Alle mit Tisha,
Thank you for reminding.
go to the high level.
Ze is ook takken,
No,
bedoel
alle
ik
Tisha, wir sind
het.
nicht darstellig von der Wasser. Chazon ist zu zeigen zu deinem pain und das ganze work.
Ze is ook
Now you're in Rachmim. Rachmim is a higher level. So, don't miss the opportunity. You get Takayahi, those in not murder to get. That ganze you. Now you can live there.
Geet, het gaat zo.
You can live there.
Jo, Garov tak.
Yeah,
Het is Garov.
That's
Okay.
the
Can I
answer.
expect Chazon
this
to
one.
look drastically different than last year Chazon?
I'm asking you. Can I expect you to see that out of you?
Is
Depends on your
that a
edition.
possibility?
If it's a possibility, so somebody actually left me a message. Someone left me a message that he didn't think that, he thought it was just a myth that change is possible. It's like Azavos Mechulim, therapy and offer, but his life actually changed. It's a real thing. So on a simple, people don't change. You don't see people change. Not just in this way. Let's look at people. How people change, even for the worse. People change.
Yes.
So what happens there? So change is possible, right? So it can change for the worse. It can change for the better.
Yes. So.
Why do we find that hard to believe?
Because I guess we expect the change to happen, and we should see it versus us doing the change.
Besides that's where we're stuck. But besides that, we're easier believing that it's easier to be in the bottom, and it's much harder to be in the top. Like change my life. I change myself to the worst because it's the natural flow of the world, and that's the truth. It is. It's time and hour. It goes only down, and we need to bring it up. One of the easiest ways to bring it up is to go into yourself. Instead of fighting the current, you go into who am I, and connecting to yourself, connecting to your zechisa, what you do, what you have, and feeling a moment of just shutting down all the noise, all the voices in the head, and just going into your heart. And I'm not connected this year, I don't know. You are exactly where you need to be. Right there, going in that marchak, and in those rocks, go in there and find your shofar, your connection. Completely surrendering to the sound of the shofar. Which means just the way you can surrender to the vibration of the breath. You know, this is ein, when communication with them, my body tenses up a certain way. Metal, wood another way. And then the breath communicates another way. Water is another, you know, I was giving you the contrast, you understand what we're talking about. So the utem takes me into a different, when ik ga gegen the utem is anders when I ga gegen azen. When I'm about to hit azen or breath. It's a different feel. So the shofar is even a higher vibration than that. Wow, my thing is such a gas coming out. The shofar is even higher than that. It's even more simple than the breath. So you're going into the tekiyas, you're listening to the shofar, and you want to be in a place where it doesn't have to make sense. I'm fully here and I'm just listening.
So why did you say going into the body? The body is a very heavy space.
Because in order for me, going into the body means that now you're preparing to be able to get to the place of Shoshuna. You have to go into the body. I'm feeling my resistance. I want to push back because we have the Yidgim and the Sarachim, and things are going to play along with you.
So now you can check into your body.
You can check into you check into your body and actually
be
just
less heavy on Rosh Hashanah?
not process it, but actually feel good. I don't need a reason. I just
be
want
less
to
heavy
feel
on Rosh Hashanah?
about that. That's what we're preparing, no? We're preparing the whole month. We say slichas. As far as we say slichas already every day. So this is the most exciting time of the year in your lives, to go and to enter in the Rosh Hashanah. This is an ayu, it's a new year. A new year, new light, lights out, starting all over again. And if you can step in from that place powerfully, being present with yourself, and I think it's a lot easier for the younger guys to do it. Like, I'm just saying it, I can't really do it. Stepping in powerfully, I mean, like, you know, I'm still from the 70s. Huh? I'm just here to deliver a message. God bless God. You know? Huh? Exactly, that's when it's harder. To you, exactly, you're so much closer to the source. Closer to the source means not that it's in you and closer to the source, in pain, in blockages, you're closer to the source, because here is 40 years of pain, or excitement, whatever it is, and here is only 20. So I got 25 years on you, of carrying heavy bricks. Right? So you can a lot easier just be in flow and go into the Shoshuna. And there's one thing, look, if you can make it to Oman, you should make it to Oman. I'm not paid to say this message, but I think I am paid to say this message. I'm getting paid to say this message. That without going to Oman. So if you can make it to Oman, if not, you'll be there next year.
Can I bestellen een ticket?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Van next.
No, I can soms wel een ticket.
Bestel je toe?
Huh?
Je kan bestellen.
Yeah, I can understand tickets. Oh, right. No, my kid is sick in France. Dus ik dus
Get a billigere plaats.
de voorzitter met aan tickets kan. Nee, dus ik ben weer close to the zone. But seriously, no. Look, so feeling like I'm not verbrand in the Oman zag. I'm not feeling it that way. Not like the Haisa Breslau. They're passionate about it because they really understand the history. I don't know the history. I connect to Ramachman and I go with them in, and of course I see throughout the year when it's very dark, I remember that I was in Oman, and I'm not afraid. That's Oman. there is just something. There's something going on over there. On a simple level, in the nefesh level, there's massive unity. From Allah Ekef from the rest. It says Eretz Yisrael in Oman, and only in Eretz Yisrael can so many colors get along, because the energy there is a higher energy. Over here, you're not going to see Rosh Hashanah, the Syrian community and the Satmar community and the Sephardi community and Lubavitch and in Breslov are all in the same kigel. You're not going to see that, no way. It's Rosh Hashanah, I need my space, I want to be here, you know. The only place you see that is in Uman, and Uman can tolerate it. Every color. Very high vibration, and it's done in Uman. And Uman is the lowest place in the world. In Madragis, says Rav Nachman. Also, Uman is the Langanian goes all the way down to as far as it needs to go. So all last year was in Florida in Oman, so on the whole Oman thing, but this year I'm not there yet. I'm in a different space. It's more real this year. It's more real this year. It's more. It's not about understanding the energy in Oman, and another minor is understanding like a concept of why not the Finnemuts wants to do. This is the work is a lot deeper. It's about really being present with who you are. By complimenting yourself, forgiving yourself, giving others. Tzedukah is a very powerful thing that's going to help you get into that flow. So, I'm not step with Simcha. You have to be happy. You have to be with Simcha. Understand it's a Yom Tov, and understand that dealing with Gula. Okay. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to take a few deep breaths to just to open a little up. Zit l'chaim, niet zo, drink l'chaim. This is the rest of the day. It is simple. Yes, it is simple. Right, yeah, it is simple. It is simple. Who feels simple now? Who feels simple now? Oh, it was kind of spät. My chief executive is not the same way, you get me? Like what does it say about me? So I have to excuse it. He just he came late. Huh? Finish. Okay, whatever. It's like I said about that, but it was tonic.
No, it's feeling.
It's okay.
It's a feeling.
Good for you. start so. Interesting. Oh, nee, zo, dan doen we water heen, dan doen we de rest.
We have to.
Huh?
We have to.
We have to? Okay. Right, there's a lot of new ideas happening right now, and it's like, the Alta Scheur is eigenlijk the best thing. Somehow.
That was the other song they posted 3 weeks ago Friday.
Yeah.
That was a nice one.
Yeah, that wasn't done just. It was offbeat.
It's pure.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that it needs a chance to be played again.
Pure last time.
Dat was denk ik als men het inwerkt. Ik kan geen zo slecht zullen we zeggen, maar het zullen we zeggen, we gaan het water weg van in plaats. The last 2 weeks I didn't leave a message, and I think it's, you know, the message doesn't always have to be spoken. What's it? For tonight. I'm still, you know, going to Rachman has his unique ways of making sure that you're under construction. Right. It was really what was happening that last year I noticed that you see Grand Zion intense, like connected to it very deeply, is given by the last night, like Matzah Yom Tov. There's an Amor beim Zion and ze zingen zusammen, all the Sfardim, and it's when they sing Uman Rosh Hashanah, it's like I had this visual of being in Gehenna, like it's in Uman, it's the lowest place, and the Nachman is there, and it's like, you know, what's the Rabbeinu, no. Rabbeinu Nagila, but I think they name that's a Nachman to the Argian. Rabbeinu Nagila, they're very present, the energy is very present, and you literally feel the Gehenna with ausgeleidigt. You know, the Nachman is doing his thing, and that's how real that place is. I can give it to you from that place, you know. You want to hear about the davening? Yeah, davening in the clothes. I mean, it's beautiful. It's you can have maybe even a Rodney Street experience with more love and real passion. It's Israelis, and the energy in Oman is a whole different vibration.
Why Lubavitcher Rebbe didn't go to Oman?
There's a different church.
What?
There's a different church. What do you mean? It's a different channel. It's a different channel. One is in the Moichin, and one is he can't go to Oman, because if he goes to Oman, then it's the ganze was gaat geschehen. Eerst de gelernt de Multani gaat zijn kop in de kroket van de poesje. En het kan zijn dat er alles vliegen, hoe gaat het? De gast nemen de computer zal deze space voor inzalen. De gast nemen aanleggen in Oman. Okay, so Nachman is in the body, Nachman is in the middle, and Chabad is Moichin. So they're both together. Hold the space. Some of the Shumas need that, some of the Shumas need this. Losing it up, losing.
They sing by Yusuf Klavdech.
If everybody wants to sing a song, everyone they have to, okay. Unless there was singing a link.
Ken je de lines?
A lines?
Ken je lines?
Hi, but they're all music.
The news is using the Ankitsu. By Yusuf Klavdech.
Es Hashem Elokecha B'chol levavecha B'chol nafshecha B'chol me'yodecha V'hayu Hadvarim ha'oila Asher anochi mitzavacha hayayim alevavecha V'hayu again Hadvarim ha'oila Asher anochi mitzavacha hayayim alevavecha V'shinanata levanecha v'dibarta b'alam hayayim v'shivtecha v'veisecha v'lechtecha b'aleh v'veshalmecha v'vkumecha v'shantam le'yayis al yadecha Faiz beinecha Usalatam Oya yama zuzoiz Beisecha Ay 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 Ay, 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 Hashiveini Hashem Eleichu V'nashuva Ay 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 Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem Hashiveni Hashem Eleichu V'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem
Essa parte do main road, eu fiz aqui, because the cops yes of the main. That's how I comes on the driving range.
So that's Zeshuna Taylor in a nutshell. These are my people. So that's the word. That's what Zeshuna.
Darf etwas viel an der Schule oder nicht? Darf etwas aufnehmen?
Yeah, but you have to say words, you have to daven, you have to be surrounded with positivity, surrounded with... So yomtiv actually, that's davening answer, no. Davening and eating and being mindful. Saying too.
Was the idea from the zweite Tag, like das ungefähr der erste Tag, everything, and what's like, so feel like the skin, the zweite Tag, the Shoshuna, man. We didn't do another day,
Oh no, the zweite Tag is at the Surah, yeah, Shoshuna is
Richtig schwierig das.
Ja,
yeah, so eins ist Primus, eins ist the Tzayim, eins ist the market.
Nicht schwierig, das war
Well, eating cheesecake too is also not an easy job. It's not easier than eating hot 2 days in a row, like two to the... That was the cop. That was the cop that was knocking on the door. That's an answer to that. That was the cop that was making the door.
Okay, I have
A cop, a cop of the beer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Vergeet nicht gewesen, als ich sound wie ein jüdischer Club. So you're gonna aggressive. So
Yeah.
it was a stern one, like somebody walked out so disconnected. It doesn't make sense. Even coming here said that disconnected doesn't make sense. So but clearly it wasn't Yiddish. You know, cop.
Yeah.
So it's not sense. Man muss gerade von dem Schma von der Hafte an der.
Ja, zwischen Minuten.
Du bist das Gehalt an sogar an Settingen oder
Klar, gerne. Ich noch eine Maschine.
Kiss is the highlight of the Yontif. The Kiss is the highlight. Which means that's the center of the whole Yontif. It's that space that you want to be within yourself. Like find the keys within yourself. Which means finding the sound within yourself. And this is not my stories, this is the Baal Shem Tov has a Maimer with Kiyah Shofar. Very powerful Maimer, it's printed in the Mavzeirim. Chabad Mavzeirim. He talks about beyond, as I said before, going behind the expression. Just the sound. You get, full, like a ganze chasana, ceremony, thousands of people getting together and tuning into the one intention, the same intention. Now that's real power. I'm talking about Siruf and the Siruf. Which means that, right, if you have, each person is a letter, multiple letters, but that's the main letter, and that's what you bring in Rosh Hashanah to your reunion, let's say. So 2 letters, 3 letters, 4 letters. If you're together with 100 people, 200 people, then all these letters are endless. Now the possibilities is that you can go with whatever situation you're going to be going through. You'll be able to find the letters to get yourself out of it. Right? Again. So everything is existing in the letters. My problem is also existing in my OCS. The reason you are stuck in whatever it is that you're stuck in is because you don't have the language to get out. The language to get out could also mean that you don't even know where you're stuck. By davening in a minyan, in a tzibur, a large tzibur, talking about, fine, this is the third, Tzirufim, I was going to say Uman, but whatever, the clothes, but any big manage. Everybody brings their OCs. So now the combinations go from 1,000 to 100,000 to 2 million, and then it's endless combinations. So it means it evaporates, the whole combination idea just evaporates because it's it letters itself out. It has language, until you go into the Nakuda. And when you hit that Nakuda, it means that Rosh Hashanah is all about going into the Kesser, going into the crown, going into the roots, and going into the Nakuda, the point. And then from that Nakuda, you spread the air, it comes out from there. Which means that you'll find a language for any problem. Not necessarily figuring it out with your head, just figuring it out in your body. It's going to resolve itself.
Like let nature take its course.
You're going to do yours, and nature is going to, because you're good natured, then you have less trauma, as we discussed before, because you're younger. So it's easier, closer to the source than the older people. By simply believing in yourself. And activating, that's Rav Nachman, the Midas, activating that within you, your well-being, it's going to start playing out this way, yes. That's how it's going to start playing, exactly how it's going to start playing out, because everything is in there. And then of course there is levels of heavy matter that is deeper than what the eye can see. It's just my being. Like when I'm a neutral, I'm buzzing. Right? Type of thing. Even penetrating that too. That's the Rosh Hashanah. That's l'chaim v'lo l'muvus. That's the chaim that we are getting. The new Shofar that comes in, that I can find new, shake up a virgin soil within me. Malchus is the soil. Virgin soil is what has never been dug up. You're digging up new territories within yourself that are blocking you from being connected within to your purpose. By understanding again that your struggle is just gevura from the light that you received last year, and you don't know you're blocked because you were being judged because you walked into the Yom Adin judged by yourself that you're a loser. That should cover everything.
So you can pachid along the picture.
We can't.
Pachid.
Oh.
Along the picture.
Depends what pachid we're talking about. There's pachid as in
the situation.
There's pachid as in childish pachid, klippa pachid, nerveus, and then there's pachid. There's like I'm going to compete. I'm going to compete with my other side, and I have to be the best that I can be, and I'm excited about it. excited about it. You come to Crown Heights, you're going to see simcha you've never seen in your life. Like just in the air. The whole Chodesh El. There's Fabringas, there is drinking, there's learning, and there is noise, there is biz noch sickers. That's the, fish and that and bread and Oman, forget it. It's simcha study. I don't want to say that Oman is b'chalamish going to show us a simcha study right away because you may take it the wrong way. People already have their own blink and Oman. But Chabad houdt zich aan biz noch Rosh Hashanah. No, that nothing else is over. Why Shabbat Shir kick those up? I'm telling you, that in itself is healing. Resistant verbring with heavy mashkin. This is levity. They're in the sickest. Shabbat Shir, sickest. It takes a certain use and they understand. Yeah, I was walking back with this guy talking Chayel verbring Chayel Shabbos. It's about. It's not even about forgiving yourself. It's just about entering in a space of being in a relationship. At the end of the day, no a little than the other. Right? I'm going to bring that question back to you. Somebody else keeps challenging me on that. At the end of the day, yes, it's a setup. It's a setup. The whole thing is orchestrated, so we don't stand a chance. So I'm being punished for something that he orchestrated, something that I'm designed that I'm going to have to fail at it. I'm going to have to be challenged with it. And at this moment, the just like what's the whole thing? So he says, that's right. That's just a spiel, and step into Chayel, step into going into Rosh Hashanah with who you are. The ganze spiel is like a spiel, and it's not. It's a
spiel.
Right. Let's step into the word is that forgive yourself. It's not you. You're in the center of it. The noise around is the noise. It's not who you are. That's the filter that you have to walk through. You're not the problem. You're not the pain. You're not the judgment. You're just going. You're in a glove that has judgments, and the way it sees the world is from that place. Ani is bedas, says Emmanuel. It's not Urim Kat and Cup. Simple terms. Ani is bedas. It's not Urim Kat and Cup, and you can. Let's get to the core of this once and for all. To the Zaysam specifically. No course in the world that you're going to take is going to get you out from your Ani is bedas. No workshop you're going to do is going to take you out from your Ani is bedas. Because again, it's 20 workshops. You're still going to be in Ani is bedas until you give him permission to leave. So you go because that's the game in that place. But now that you graduated, then the Ani is bedas is it has to come from up from the top. And when that happens, nothing can stop it. So it's about tefillah. Davening doesn't. I'm not talking about davening with Hasidim and tefillah. That's one davening. That's mandatory. Whatever time, that's up to you. But whatever your connection is, we're talking about davening is and being in a constant tefillah. Your whole Kolotz Moshe Tamana. Davening, feeling when I'm feeling judgments on myself, then I'm davening not good. That's the machshuva zera. Not always the machshuva zera. It's a thing that is machshuva zera is that I'm judging myself. So what's the other punch? That was a little bit. Huh? Nou, we zullen ik varen. We gaan gewoon dat zo gaan. Dat ik dus ja, dat zijn een paar keer van de tijd. Verder.
Where do we know the Yudam?
No, they might go enough nerdly, but you understand the nerdly. I want you to see the nerdly van Yudam as if a cotton candy. You're in the middle, and we're being spinned, and more layers, and then it melts, and then more and more layers. Like if you apply it, it goes away, and some you eat, and then you feel not good. So, but we're in the center of it. And that's the nerdly van Yudam. So the only way to the ganze you're going outward and you're fighting with them. You're challenged and you're dealing with it. There's a shul, you come home. You go inside. You go back to Yerushalayim. You go back to the center of the cone, and when you go to that place, the whole thing melts away.
The eye of the storm.
The eye of the storm. You're going into the eye of the storm, and then from that high vibration, the ganze Pissen of Ramses falls on. And once again, now as you come in, now that you're a judge, Beskira Achis, as you come back in, based on my openness and based on my closeness, God's Sachen. If I'm stuck, then I'm going to attract that connected. I'm going to attract that, and now I'm stuck. And now once again, why am I so disconnected? You're disconnected because massive light is pushing, so much light is pushing, but I'm really stuck. I feel nothing because really a lot of light is pushing at you, and it's pushing. And because you have the dangmenzig yourself somehow, okay. So by going into the center, who am I? Finding gratitude for the bistelus of Aviyah. And not being we're in a relationship with pain. We don't know how to talk. We're in a relationship with pain. That's the bodies we're in, that's the nachash. That's how he spins. I'm gonna come to a session and talk how positive things are. Yes. But fine, that too. It's not what I say. Not that it's a problem. But within your voice, within the voices within you. So that is the key of getting out, because these are little energies that turning, and based on the imprisonment that you're in, they turn speed fast or slow, and this is how you process the oil that comes in. It gets processed through those transmitters by shutting it down, by going back to the roots and understanding that it's not you, you're just there to do a job, and you came back from war, and you take off your helmet, and you take off your gloves, and you step into Rosh Hashanah. Going into that place of, once these magnets are pulled to the body, and I'm used to pulling a certain way, so they keep spinning a certain way, and we're in relationship with it, and it gets more intense, it's more frustrated, and more this, and more problems. But if I go into the silence, then these spinners all of a sudden lose touch. It's like a glue that stops sticking. And then it turns into dust. And by going into the Shofar that activates that, and then from there going into Yom Kippur, the Surah Azuzel, and the Fabran, the Kabunas, and all that. So now you walk out Yom Kippur, you are dressed in white, and this is it. You're in your Ruach, fully walking around in that space, going into the Sukkah and incubating in the Makif of the Bina for 7 + 1 day, and these massive orders. So that's the word. Then Kuda is to go into the center. Kuda is forgiveness. Kuda is to accept yourself. To accept yourself. Yeah, because it's a trick. That's the other side. The Nuchash, he makes you hate yourself. That's how he keeps you focused that way. So you stand the resistance. So by self-love, how real is that? It's very real. It's like raising the heartbeat and then going into silence with it. So what's in the kasha? What's in the kasha? Finish? Why we need 2 days? Yeah, okay, so 2 days. Yeah, it's work. It's Kabul. It's numbers. It's codes. It takes 2 days to program this thing. Takes 2 days. This year is going to be 3 days. I'm sorry. Huh?
Shabbos never subtracts or adds.
Yeah, for sure.
So then kind of see something like that on Tzimah. So that is Shuna plus Shabbos.
It's always cool to get like a star from you, like a thumbs, like 3.5 weeks later. Like, wow. There's a cup of home. I would respond to it, but then if I respond, somebody else can respond, and then it becomes a whole so so it's like those are good. It's in my thought. So Sedzana Yura, you that breaking down the batteries, breaking down the walls. You should be able to see, be more clarity. Shnaz Gulman going into according to some number, the high Gedidus, the pies and the Gedidus, Mashmur and the Gedidus. So you have the first, so you have the high Gedidus and the high Gedidus. So we just finished the high Gedidus, and now we're stepping into the high Gedidus. Fixing Pi high, it's a hill of life. So I'm going to take credit for it. So,
Exciting.
huh?
Exciting.
Yeah, going into the high Gedidus, and it makes sense because he's good again. The guy to love again. So we're going to find the Gil and Gedidus. Yeah. Yeah, so the word, so nog een woord, we zijn taken van de Rebbe. So the Rebbe is going back and forth with the Kasha, the word the word Bashafen in Kofai. Ik had toegevangen voor je redden van hem, but it's an important thing for those who really want to trip into the show. So, the Shoshuna is onab for you, but it really brings the the Bashafen from the world, die we in de Kofai el. Vind ik het fout Shoshuna. So why do we do a Shoshuna and a Chodesh? Which is the day that Udam was created. The Zaksta took from the beginning. Yeah. Correct. Exactly. That's expression. So the Weltlich in Gestana. So why are we with the Momach and Shoshuna the Zaksta später? So the Vart is, the Nikida is that the Welt was Bashafen, but the center, the purpose of what, already the purpose fin Pasuk is the Matzah, and the purpose fin Sikus is the Lilith, like not the purpose, the Nikida is the Lilith. The Shoshuna is the Tekiyas. So, because we are communicating, it's Adam Elim. We're entering the space. We in Shtein Ledu, in the ganze Choshech, with all the blockages and all the resistance, because we have our ganze Chodesh we here given Midas Arachman. Remember what I told you? You're being cleaned every day. Whatever you ask, whatever you push for, not ask via Avid. Feel like a melech. Whatever you feel, you're going to be answered to that. It's going to give you, because the melech is in the field now, is in the Suda. Whatever you want. Everything that you're going through is a condition, it's a programming, it's not real. It's not more real than the happiness that you can be in. This is all bizarre. Stop thinking small and stop wanting to be in pain. I want to be in pain because that's how I was programmed. Remember, like going back to that's how the kids tell us. It's like when you put glue on your hand and then you put it into the sand. So the sand is gonna looks like the salt, right? You put glue and then you pour salt in it. They call it salt. Like that. So whatever you pour, that's where the salt is gonna stick. Wherever there's glue, that's where the salt is gonna stick. When you're going into the Yamadin, you're being cleaned. You're being judged positively by the ultimate. This flash, this very intense thing, is the ultimate chesed. It's 100% chesed. The energy of it is the most amazing chesed that you can imagine. Compassion, chesed and compassion, and you being seen by that thing. What's the problem? The problem is that we get in our own way. You get in your own way. We're coming in with the judgments. So prepare yourself to let go of all the judgments. Being Malatzkis of others, so you can be Malatzkis on yourself. what's the obligation is, because Rosh Hashanah is Rosh Chodesh, the sechste tug from creation, because we are the main. After everything is created comes the centerpiece, which is the Udam, and you want to be flashed from that place in Rosh Hashanah so your light can start spreading. And the sooner you do it, and the more present you are, the sooner we can get rid of all the choshech on the other side, which is panicking and freaking out. Because the days are numbered, because remember, when Sekintan on the Zin, automatically the shadow removes itself. Right? Skira, this way, and now you're lighting up this way. So as you're moving like the domino, going from black to white, you're falling. So as you're moving, as you're becoming brighter, you're becoming more positive, automatically a choshech disappears. Because there's more light, so there's less shadow. That may look like in your immediate life, your prati, and then the olam atikum, Nachman style, it's having an effect that some person just may blow up, or something may just disappear because he can't hold anymore. So the war is not being fought with the planes and all that. I'm just giving different understanding of the war is. Who's giving energy for all those things to happen? With your positivity, you're sooner eradicating the choshech, and you can tap into the light. We can bring in light, and the more light we bring, the more refined it can be, and the more we can, connect, communicate with the Samikdash, which is Mashiach, the Golem. Any questions before? Any questions? Everyone?
we are doing Shiva.
What Shiva?
Yes. Become good.
Hmm?
Become good.
What's the task from Shiva?
Okay.
Tushuv, coming back home.
Leipzig is a very zufrieden.
Correct, but it depends how you look. How does it look like to you?
Was?
Wo's meint, da habe ich so sagen, zufrieden, aber ich darf sehen, sagen, in der Pache, dann ist das dort. Oder die können sagen, you're down with Kapsis, you're happy.
After this thing, man.
Sure, down avoid them. Whatever you do. Down avoid it, whatever you're doing.
Unlimited good.
You have to work it. You have to move, you have to do it. You can't just sit.
Lange Zeit, dass du tun ist.
Das ist es, das ist es.
Du tun ist verreibst. Das war sich, aber nicht verreibst.
Meistens, meint that this was it. That's the problem. That's what he's missing. He still thinks that he's doing something.
Dat gaat niet verreibst.
On one level, yeah. And on one level, you have to do work physically. And then that too is obviously.
Ook die testers.
Huh?
Ook die testers.
Why should we cause this? The essence, what happens?
Start.
Well, first you get weak and you start eating. Right? What was like, I was looking at the Tissan Shgunish, is that what you saw the fix for the Chalak? So what are you saying?
Is doen.
You saying that's where he answers our story, or it is not the good?
Die gaat het, die doen het.
So the problem is not neither. So I'm going to say that.
If you're going to zoom in.
So I'm going to say that.
Jetzt gerne gaan we terug dat dit door. No.
Hmm?
Ja, ja.
Don't look at it as it is the other destination. That's a standard for bringing a conversation. Je gaat er maar ouders aan en die gaat doen met feelingsboelens en die gaat er even de veel stiaan. It's a machine. You're not here for me. You're not here to find out what's the yachts in is. But do also what's that 15? Because I know exactly I know that I need to get somewhere. What do I need to do? Dus feelings die weiß sicher, that this is the path, that this is good for the autistic. This can follow mensch. Staat op jeden 2 jaar?
Ja.
Okay. Why? Because you understand the purpose of it. You focus with it.
Okay.
In fact, I do this finish, niet wel die business, because you don't have the language. That's the chalik from the imprisonment. The rules. So looking at it, wie darf ich activate? Wie in me darf ich activate? As a lazan in a relationship, my growth, a relationship with my next step, and one of it.
Okay.
Right? Feeling it, the manon, feeling the body, recognizing the body as a tzira, mishnachayim. And this is not whether from Chodesh El, Idiom and the Sarachim. We have the ability to do that. This, Chanukah also, there's different, but it's a different feel. They level of compassion, they feel this is Chodesh El. And you're doing with the Gili, that these are real terms, these are real things, these are real opportunity. It was hijacked, but fine, big deal. You can hijack it back.
Schwer zu accepten, weil Jüdischkeit ist sehr positiv.
just around and in the house. The house is the black. In other words, really you're expecting a reason. Really you're expecting. It's expected a reasoning now, yeah, right? They'll convince us how they feel still, and you know. But instead, just go in where you don't feel, and just attack it. Go right there. Really feels to the feels. What did you say? What was your rebuttal? Yeah. So go into the place. Huh? Ah, I got you. Thank you. Yes. Als ik luister zoals ik ken zijn als ik het. Als ik uit jullie schrijf ken zijn als ik het. Dort gaan aan jene rust, jene van Nepelkat. Het is niet van Nepel, het is naast. Het is maar. Go in there and clean it out. Clean it out. Clean out. That's just verstaan gewoon and just feel that resistance and give him a bisschen honey with that.
What's self-love that blocks these stoltheid aan de...
Because that is roots. Self-love is it's in my gut. I feel my gut feeling is good. I feel good about myself. So that's the roots. And the roots is right here, self-love. The womb. It says the heart's also, but it's something deeper than the heart. The heart is just is a mechana, it's a machine. It's something like my essence, my whole being. Yeah. And that's right here. It's in the Shlish Tachton of the Vedas. And yes, the Chidesh B'nei, which is up here, the upper part, where there is no feeling, because it's a more deep connection. It's no reason, it's very intense. But the Dafaraming, the Zavdu, and the Matos of the Tobam. In your conscious and your subconscious.
Sinds de week te kijken op de flash.
1 second. First on this, it's when it feels this in the gut, when you feel it in the gut, then remember that you're not yourself. Ich en nog de welt daarin. That's not what it is. It's us in the pool of the world. So there goes a swimming pool, and then they're connected to the swimming pool. It's a collective consciousness. So what my feelings, met them ben ik in a relationship mee. Met them was ik feel, met them ben ik aangestekt in de wereld. So you can daaraan pompen massive, goeie God forbid, negative, and it's get aangepompt in the big generator, in the big pool, and iedereen is het zich door or I can pump in positive. I can filter the pool, I can pump in positive. So by being positive, by understanding that what I'm feeling is within me, like can I say it around? I can switch it over. What I'm feeling is what's really happening. What's I'm experiencing, what I'm feeling, and that's what's out there. Yeah. du gefragt, ja?
Was ist der Platz von wie man darf relaten das schon zu der Flash, zu der...
Right. Okay, yeah. No, yeah, that's what I was saying when I was in andere Gasche. Von wo ist das gefragt, von wo ist darf man stecken nur dort in der gut feeling. So when the taps, so when the taps into the roots in your will, that was changed to the swimming pool because you're going to wo die wirst nicht was mit der Verkauf that you hast. Right? I'm going to what I want. And when I do that, when I tap into that, now I'm plugged into the main pool from that place. This is the really for taking oil. When I'm changing my mehis, my feeling, that's what I connect to, that's what I generate now. Yeah? The name is that's the most important thing. As it comes to us with the shofar, which is sound, just a sound, no voice, no expression, no havuda, no capsule, no kind of pure voice. And I connect from the depth of my heart to the depth of the opposite. So to give the shofar, okay, next. Kasha Gwen was it the ski office? What was the question?
Wo ist von dort darf man relaten das schon? Das ist schon...
Because if I Chanukah, let's just say Lamushal. Purim, I want to focus on Gashmias, on money. Stop with Lamushal. Purim this and Pasach is already it's Ava. Here, you could go for that. You can go for something else. You can go for something less, but it's something less. Like you're underselling with the currency that you're trading with. You're buying garbage for money that has a lot more value. Which is the days of El and Rosh Hashanah. I can go to my Nakuda, my core, my pintle, the skira achas. Then I let that develop into my feelings. But why would I want to work for somebody when I can work for myself? Why would I want to be a slave to Klippa, God forbid, when I can just have my own thing? So the more I go into the Nikida, the deeper I get in touch with that skira achas. And I make contact from a pure place, just purest of the Shem Azayzach.
Chaim mit Chaim. Eitzem HaChaim
Yes.
mit Eitzem HaChaim.
Correct. Nishdach Levisha. That's why it's the skira. That's the Nikida. The Nikida is the skira. Right, there's the shofar, but he's saying on a higher, on the response to that is the skira achas. The response to the shofar is the skira. Right? After the shofar came the skira. Blik. Man weet de judgment eindelijk. Dus je hebt een concept al. En de ganze jongen neemt de judge de ganze wereld aan één one flesh. Huh? Yeah. The skirachas. Right? So it's one flesh. And wie die staat automatically based on the dial for that temperature, you get judged by that. Of course, the tzaddikim machen kavunas and man draait and man negotiate with ganze Sachen that it should be with Chesed Verachon. Because if there's too intense light, what? Too intense light. Keep the cans on with COVID, whatever it is. Which it has to happen somewhat. Some say it doesn't. It can be done with peace also, but I think the peace process will take too long. But if there's chaos involved, huh? No, the peace process will long the oil have to gaan, want we kunnen
There's a war for peace, people can also break our peace.
yeah, but the problem with the peace is that Poland is becoming a massive shiver, so they don't think of Bravo in the food and cry
So that's going to make, so we told them no, so I could have the peace.
Okay. Du bist von der generation, nicht verstanden das Problem.
Can no kill with the chef, also es ist anders. And it's going to scam us the message. Can no kill with pure goodness.
It's geen October, so...
Oh, correct. So we can knock it down.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we can work on exactly.
Can no kill with pure goodness.
Never was it? Okay.
En die andere week zijn we het nog wel traumatized, want het is nog 50 goeders.
No, no, no.
If ze kind met any andere week gets met pure goodness, is nog 50 goeders. No, it was really done the fact that the Gaelic kind with pure sweetness.
Right, so I'm
Zo wilst du, ja? Das ist so wie du.
Das ist wel Shento gerade. Shento passt weg hier. Ja, sweet.
because we're not ready. No, we're back to first year.
We're ready.
I know.
I have such as a thing. The last year is basically as a
זה השאר לא חשבון, אז זה לא חשבון.
It's a silly thing. It's a
See, a down job is in the job. Down job is it's an day shala, and turn it over to a positive. To understand that still, I guess if you have man job, he can't betray your boss because one day he's not. I'm thinking you felt finish, and you decide now you're selling him out. Down master, down baluz, God, who's got to your life. Tish Kanshala, and you understand that the reason you breathe and you walk, and whatever it is that you think you don't have and you have, is somebody's giving it to you. Okay? So this is the master, your boss, and you love him. You love him because you're alive because of him. If he pulls the plug, you're not alive, which means that you go back into you don't matter. You think now you're crying, you don't matter? Over there, your mama's like, you don't matter. Okay, so he gave you life. So we understand that he's good. So I took gefällt in the shepherds. Because you don't want like him when he's soft. When he's soft, he's like, okay, I don't want to respect somebody that's just too soft. You need somebody that brings justice in the world. So bring the justice in the world. Then it's best thing. You like, you know what? You go to sit in. My point is that that's not your job to complain. Your job is to take taka the svagas and taka the pain and turn it into like I'm still a soldier. And this is good. It's amazing.
Ja. Van die plaats op oktober 87 gewoon zit in zo'n van de bezig zoals een Mashiach plaats is. Samen met de Gershman. Ze hebben een Gershman. Bekend zo staan aan het banen. Mashiach komt met sweetness. Mashiach was sweet zaak. Zo sweet van omvang. Dit is zo. Een kleine sweet zaak.
Ze middelen dat aan, toch? Ze middelen dat aan.
Geen gemoeid house.
Dat is ook met Waarom eigenlijk wel Mashiach kind, ik doe het kerst al wel. Maak je met een kind.
Nee, dat is niet gemeen. Dat staat wel schat erop. Want Mashiach gaat niet zijn helemaal van was. Het gaat niet zijn anders. Dat was gestaan.
Zweite Weltbekommen sehen kann er gut nutzen.
Nein.
Dat is roze gezegd, dat ik niet geloof dat we gaan gaan Mashiach.
Dat is anders.
Okay, it's time for top. No problem. So guys, take the top of that. So kids was is slecht dat deze de Gersman? What's the problem? Gaat hem weer aan, ze de Gersman.
En van wat het was?
Jeder Mensch, jede dag, mag nur was noch haben Mashiach.
Ja, no.
Bukra maar gaat zo'n wat voor goed.
Normaal is het wat we gaan gaan Mashiach.
Gestai, but what you're going through now is birth pains. It's not chevla. It's chevla Mashiach. But it's not chevla because you're sitting here and we're bringing.
You don't know what's going on inside.
Huh?
You don't know what's going on inside.
I get it, but you're still here. Like real chevla, you would have nothing, no difference inside and outside. Whatever, you would just be stuck. You would be in a daze. All of us.
Living on the bed.
What I'm trying to tell, what I'm basically want to tell you? I'm telling you that it's not so bad. It's not so terrible. It's not so dark. You're just being told a story.
And also the inside part that's in pain, that's the part that's not Mashiach yet, and the outside part that's sweet here. Now, this is the Mashiach part, so the Mashiach part is just the sweetness.
Okay,
So by the parts,
the best.
No.
The best.
Well, yeah,
The cross, the best.
it's a real lesson.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Time for the
The Mashiach lines can Hashem separate.
Wat dan?
Kilo,
Aber einer teure nicht gesehen, der muss meinen Satz mit der teure nicht wie es sehen. Gibt es da kennst du musst du da drei Sachen am haben mit etwas so mit teure nicht wie es sehen.
So the maybe that's not is justified the gulas alliance justified the Mashiach is not going to the gulas noch etwas noch justified Mashiach. Zwei Tage gulas ist nicht gelingen nicht gesaffert als Mashiach nicht kennen können.
Aber da aber kennt aber du das sweet kennen ja was egal.
Aber was der Tzadik haben gesagt, wenn man warten gehen Mashiach und das der Mashiach part the vital part of Mashiach exists now. Mashiach is a pure sweetness, a kimmet sweetness is sweet. So do weiter erwartest du gulas. Und dann der Mashiach, weil der Mashiach ist nicht weiter, nicht noch ein Pain von nach Erwartung.
The gulas is at nine the gela. Lo the gulas is the gela. The gulas bring the gela. The ganze Sache gulas. The gela is sweet. Aber gulas ist gulas.
Also ich will go zum Kuna verbahn. Go zum Kuna verbahn mitten am Grund des Trugstadt mitten nach hinten fuhren und go mit geschossen Steine. Sie fuhren die erste Klasse.